Let's move further with measuring the degrees. So in the last class, I taught about how do you find out lineal consanguinity and collateral consanguinity. So as I said, like whoever are there in blue are lineal and those who are there in pink are consanguinity, collateral consanguinity in fact. Okay, so let's measure. So if Mr. A and his father, so how many degrees? I would say just one. Now, how many degrees with which A and his brother or sister are related to each other? So it says that you have to go to the common ancestor. So here are the common ancestors. So degree number one and then degree number two. So A and his brother and sister are related at how many degrees? Two. Now this is a very common question which comes in examination. Now A and his cousin. Now how many degrees? So cousin means we have to go to A's father, then directly we cannot go to A's father's brother. We have to go to the grandfather because common ancestor rule, and then we come down, and this is A's cousin. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. A and his cousin are related with each other at 4 degrees. Now his grandfather or grandmother, so grandfather or grandmother, so this will be related with A at 2 degrees. So that is how these degrees are to be measured. Now there is one more question. Now blue color are all lineal and pink color are collateral. Now what about this? If we talk about this A spouse, now if I talk about A's brother, not this one, A's brother or sister, now are they considered lineal or collateral? I would say collateral. So that these are some of the simple things you would remember for exam. Like more often you will find out one question coming from this. So we discussed about consanguinity and kindred. So lineal consanguinity, collateral consanguinity has properly been explained. And like if you have some query here, do let me know. I'll explain it once again. Now some of the interesting topics which are there in CFP exam. These are ways one can hold the properties. So first one is joint tenancy, and another one is tenancy in common. So definitely expect one question from this. Now, joint tenancy means if there is a property which has been registered as joint tenancy. So rule number one, it has to be in equal ownership irrespective of the capital contribution. One cannot relinquish his share. That means he cannot sell his share to somebody who is an outsider. And further, if somebody passes away, it follows the rule of survivorship. That means it goes on to the surviving partner. So there's been pre-agreed rules in joint tenancy. So do remember this without failure. Once again, we repeat that ownership has to be equal. So let it be 3, 4, 5 partners or the owners. The ownership has to be equal. There is no moving out of it. So having registered, that means they would have equal irrespective of the contribution. Further understand there is no partner or owner who can sell his share to somebody else. If one of the owner or partner passes away, it goes to the surviving one, not to the family member of deceased. That is joint tenancy. And then there is one more to compare. So that is tenancy in common. So first of all, it is very flexible. It says that the ownership can be in the proportion of their investment. So unequal ownership is possible here. Another thing is that if one wish to sell his portion to somebody or they want to introduce one more owner here, everything is possible here. As I said, it is flexible structure. And further to add, if one of the partner passes away, money goes to the beneficiaries or legal heirs of the deceased person, not to the surviving one. So that's how you can differentiate joint tenancy and tenancy in common. And also, like, be ready with this. So back to back, like there is one question number one, and between these two, you would always have one question. So like I'm giving a video definitely, but every video would have at least 1 or 2 questions coming into the examination. So we have to go a long way. So with this video, we are starting a week. Further videos I'll publish as we move on further with the week. See you in the next video. Bye everyone.